Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for September 15th, 2019. So, this was a weird week for me. I did my update last week on Monday when I got back from my vacation to the coast. And so so this week is not, it doesn't have as many days, but I still should have read a lot more, but it was a hard week going back to work after that many days. I thought, oh yeah, I'll be rested and blah, blah. Yeah, no, it was really hard. And I'm still having some issues with certain things, and I've just learned, which is sad, that I cannot be honest about anything right now. I have to just put on the brave face and pretend like I don't care anymore. I don't know. So it's been hard for me because I clearly am not very poker faced. Anyway, so work has been hard. So by the end of the week, I was tired and exhausted and stressed. I wouldn't say I was really more depressed, which is not normal for me. So we're gonna just, hopefully this next week will be better. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the books that I finished this week, the ones that I'm in the middle of, and what I think I'm going to read into the next week. So the first book, I was finishing The House Between Tides by Sarah Maine. I started this while on vacation, and I think I finished it the last day of vacation, that last day that I was home. And I really enjoyed this. I actually, I had some issues with certain things, but still it was a good, solid read, and I did enjoy this. This has one of my favorite things, which is the two timelines. So we get the past and the present at the same time as they're intersecting, and you get to kind of go along with the mystery of what's going on. This follows Hetty in 2010, and she has inherited this island, pretty much, with a house on it. And so she has these grand plans of what she wants to do, because she wants to change her own life, because she is going through her own bad times. And then it's 1910, and we're following Beatrice as she comes to the island as the bride of Hetty's great uncle, who or is that too many greats? I don't remember how many greats there was. It was quite a few greats. It was like two or three. Two must be two. I don't know. Anyway, he is the one who right at that time owns the land, and so she goes. Beatrice, it's her, coming to the land for the first time. So this was really, again, it was very much family saga kind of thing, because again, it's two women in, who have come to this island, and things that happened. And I liked the mystery part of it. I was pretty far into it before I kind of guessed where it was going, but I still loved the buildup, or showing how it happened and what actually went on. And because in the very, very beginning, you know that bones have been found in the house, in a part of the house that was built around 1911. And again, the farther part starts in 1910. So there's something happens, and they found a body, and they don't know who it is, and they don't know of anybody who disappeared from the local records. So again, this island is somewhere off of Scotland, like near Skye, I believe. So it was very atmospheric. I loved the descriptions of this. Again, it was great reading this out the coast, because it was fogging a little bit there, and so it was kind of nice. But overall, I did enjoy this. I mean, there was a couple things I was like, okay, that was maybe, it's okay. But really, overall, I enjoyed it and liked the way it went. Again, it wasn't a perfect book, but I definitely will be picking up another book of hers, since I just bought one. And we'll talk about that later. But I did like this. Again, it's one of the, if you like Susanna Kearsley, and now I have not read, Kate Morton's the other one I need to try still. She's on my list. I need to do that. I have to do that soon. But I really like this. I think it's kind of in the same kind of vein. Again, the dual timelines. I did enjoy this. I think it was just a good story, and it was well written. I didn't have any major issues with it like I did with last week with A Paris Apartment. It was just, I don't know, there was something about this that I just enjoyed a lot better. And so I definitely picked up another one of her books, and hopefully we'll get to that sometime soon. But we know how that goes with me. And then I just want to show two graphic works that I picked up from the library. Did I pick them up last week? I don't know, last week or the week before. And again, I've seen these on other people's channels, and I just was like, oh, I'll just get those and I'll read them when I want. And when my brain kind of melted on Friday night, I decided that was the time to read these. So that's what I did. So the first one is, I don't even know what the actual, well, the name is The Girl from the Other Side. And I think it's, Nagabi is the writer, but I don't know what this other name is on here. I think that's who it is. And it's translated by, Zoe Beck, and I'm pretty sure Japanese. So this is a very interesting manga, and I've seen this on, I think Reija the Book Finch is the one I saw this on recently, and then I saw it on Rachel at Kalandi's as well. And I liked this a lot, and I'm glad I got it from the library just to try it, because I was not quite sure. So there's a world where there are people who are inside and who are outside. This little girl has been left outside because they fear that she has the curse of being outside, or, you know, because outsiders touch them and they become cursed or something like that. So she has been left in this village, and we're not quite sure why, but she's left alone, and she's like little. I mean, she's not very old, and this outsider is taking care of her, but he is not allowed to touch her because the outsiders cannot touch her, and he wants her to stay the same. So I'm not quite sure. It was a very dramatic ending cliffhanger, so I went right on my library's website and asked for the next two, and the next one I'm getting probably sometime this week, if not today. I haven't checked to see if it. Well, no, it was shipped yesterday, so I probably won't get it till sometime in the middle of the week. But I got the second one coming, and the third one, somebody else already has it out, so I have to wait. But by then, I'll be ready to read it. So anyway, I'm interested in this series, and I will definitely be continuing this manga series. It was very interesting, and it's very dark. There's a lot of dark scenes, which I think are very reminiscent. And as I said, the other guy. It looks kind of funny. Anyway, so I really enjoyed that as something different. And then I also picked up another Debbie Tung work. I picked up Book Love a couple of weeks ago. Like, was that last month, I think? It was really cute. I really liked it. If I ever find it used, I'll probably buy it. And this one was kind of the same thing, but this was much more kind of a coherent story about her, and it's called A Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, an introvert story, and it's kind of about her college life into her adult life and finding her way and what she wants to do and how she wants to deal with it. And it was I'm very much an introvert. I mean, I am, clearly. Well, no, you guys would know because I just talked to a camera, but the point is that I am. I'm very much one of those people who internally struggles when I have to speak out in front of a group. A lot of times I don't have, you know, there's things so much in this that I'm like, and again, right now I'm dealing with that at work because now they put me in an office with two other people that I have to deal with all the time, where I had my own office. And so I'm struggling with my introvert issues right now with that. And this was just called me, and because I was having such a bad day. I mean, Friday was actually the best day of the week. Let's be honest. Even though it like lasted forever at work. This was really nice to read after this really hard week. And I did appreciate how she made her choices and what she did with it. I can't do what she did, but it was still nice to see someone else's point of view on how they struggle with that, and to make you feel not so alone. So I felt this was a very good book. It's not like something I need to own or anything, but I think it was just a great book on being an introvert and dealing with other people who are not. How other people expect you to go out and be social when really you just want to stay home and not be. Anyway, so I did really enjoy this, and I'm glad I picked that up. So as I said, I like her work, and I might need to follow her on social media to see more of her stuff, because I don't know what she's done now. Those two of the Book Love and this one, I think are the only. I don't know. I have to look online. I thought those were the only two books, but now I'm not sure. I don't know if I looked that up exactly right, so I will have to check. But I really enjoy her work, and I totally like connect with it. So the books that I'm in the middle of, the next book I picked up after The House Between Tides was Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. So I am about 230 pages in. Yeah. So, so I'm about there. So this is tabbed off for sections. Again, I am following on Discord with Rachel at the Shades of Orange. She's doing a read along of this. I started a little earlier than she was, but I probably am behind. I don't know. I'm probably not too far behind now because I took 2 days off of this because I didn't really read it Friday or Saturday. So anyway, hopefully today I'll pick this up, but I'm not positive. Wow, this was super action packed. Not from the like minute you start, like you have to kind of get into it, but questions. There's so much stuff going on. And this is only the first book. I know there's 8 books out, and the 9th book, I'm not sure if they've given a date on that one yet for the last book, but I know that this is definitely a series that if I love it by the end of this book, I will be purchasing this series. So be aware these might be in a further book haul if this goes well. So far, I really enjoy this. Again, mostly we're following in this volume, at least to the part I've read, is Holden, who is the XO on a frigate that is carrying ice from Saturn to the belt, the asteroid. Again, this is science fiction, so these are like all in the in our solar system, so it's all local space. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Anyway, so and then they are attacked, and it's his story, what happens after that. And then there's Miller, who is a security cop on Sirius, which is one of the asteroids in the belt, and he's tasked to find somebody, as well as, you know, doing his other job, and how the system is dealing with certain upheavals that are starting to happen. And I, so far, really like both characters, because again, those are the two we are really following. I mean, I'm hoping for more perspectives coming on. I'm pretty sure that happens. But right now, we're just get these two guys mostly. And they are so different, like, but I also, I want to know what happens to them, and if they're finally gonna connect up or not. And I'm, you know, again, we'll see what happens. So I don't, you know, as I said, I never watched the miniseries, or I mean the TV series. I watched the first episode long time ago. And so I knew kind of how the beginning was, because it does follow that a little bit. You know, it's a little different, but not like nothing like teeny tiny different. But mostly it was the same in the first episode. And then, but I didn't watch any more than that. I didn't have time at the time. Me and TV series, bad. So I didn't know anything going into this other than what I'd seen on that one episode. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this. It's just my brain kind of fried out come Friday. So hopefully today or tomorrow I can pick this back up and start reading again. I was enjoying it. I really was. And I really want to continue to see what happens on this novel. So anyway, there's that. In my car all week, I surprised myself and actually turned on an audiobook, and I am continuing my reread of The Witchwood Crown by Tad Williams. This is the first book in the Last King of Ostenard series. This is the second trilogy set for Ostenard, and so I'm rereading this so I can finally read Empire Grass that I've had since May, but I've been so bad. I felt like I had to reread this because so much happened to this, and I remember coming out of this in 2017, just my mind blown because of how many cliffhangers there were. And I hear that that one does the same thing. So, but I wanted to get all the details, and I'm so glad I'm re-listening to this, because I had forgotten quite a bit in two and a half years since I read it. I still can't believe that I would forget so much. But again, when you read so many books, I can kind of see that. But as soon as I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So the audiobook is really well done, and I forgot, of course, to figure out who the audiobook, the narrator is. I will find out, and next time I promise I will tell you, because he is fantastic. I'm really enjoying his take on, or his narration. So, and again, this follows, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn is the first trilogy. This is taking place 30 years later, and things are kind of ramping up again in the world. So, again, it's epic fantasy. Tad Williams is one of my favorite authors. I totally recommend Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, starting with the Dragonbone Chair. This is later. I would not jump in at this point, personally. I think there's just too much backstory in the first trilogy, and the first trilogy is just fantastic. I think everybody should read it. But that's just my opinion. But I love this book so far. And again, I'm about, let's see here, I'm about 200 or almost 300 pages. I'll probably get past, yeah, I'm at 300 pages out of 700. So, you know, I've made some progress, because I've listened to over 130 pages, I think, this week. So, I only listen to it in my car. I'm not listening to audiobooks any other time right now. So, but we'll see. I mean, I want to get through this, and I probably won't get to read Empire Grass until maybe at this point, it'll probably be December before I pick it up, due to, you know, the next couple months with Victober and nonfiction November and stuff. But I still want to get this read, so at least it's clearer in my head before I go into that book. And because I know that once I start reading that book, you know, it'll be an immersive thing. And but I'm enjoying listening to this in my car. And then on yesterday, when my brain was not letting me pick up the science fiction book, I don't know what it was about Leviathan Wakes. I felt like I had to. I think it's because I felt like I had to, like I just said about Witchwood Crown, is immerse myself in the book. And it was much more enjoyable when I let myself do that. And I didn't feel like doing that. I just wanted to watch TV and not do anything else. So I picked up a book that I could read in little chunks. And I picked up a library book for The Last Witnesses, an oral history of the children of World War II by Slavana Elekovic. And now, you know, I've read almost all of her books now. This is second to last of I think she has 5 books. Anyway, 5 books. So this is number 4 for me. This is the children they were children like under 13, who, at least so far, all the ones I've talked to in here about 13 or under, and when World War I broke out in Russia for them. So these are always so heartbreaking, and I love the way you get to hear people's voices on their experiences with different events within the same thing. So, like, again, she has done Women in World War II, which was the one I read. I read that last November, and then I read Zinky Boys, which was men and women who had been in the Afghan war with as well. And then of course there's the Chernobyl one, which was still my favorite and one of my favorite books of all time. Anyway, but this one so far is really good. I've gotten about 50 pages. No, I got like 90. Sorry, I forgot I got farther before the end of the night last night. So I got about 93 pages in. And so this is, I'm about a third of the way through. So, this is translated from the Russian by Richard Pivar and Larissa Voloronsky. So that's the famous, I think it's a wife and husband team that do a lot of the Russian translations. So, so far I'm really enjoying this. This actually came out in the same year as The Unwomanly Face of War in 1985, so I don't know why it took them so long to get a translation of this. Anyway, but I'm excited that this just came out in July, I believe, and this was at my library on the new shelf. So I gotta read this because it's got to go back. So I'm hoping to pick this up, either continue reading this today and try to finish it out today and tomorrow maybe. Or, if I start picking up Leviathan Wakes, then I'll pick this up here and there. I need to get it done this week. It's due next Sunday. So I have a week to get this done. So, but I'm really, again, it's great nonfiction. I think I just love her style of everything's like really short story, really short section. The stories are like, a lot of them are just like, 1 or 2 pages. Of course I can't find one that does that. It's like, some of them are just like a page and like another 2 pages or something. Like 3 to 6 or 7 pages is about all there is for one narrative. And again, it's their telling their story without her intersecting her voice. You don't see the author, her side of it. So you just hear their voice. And I just think that's a fantastic way to do an oral history on things. And so again, hopefully getting done with this one sometime this week. And of course, I want to pick up the last one second time. Oh, why do I not? Second hand time, which is the one about the fall of the Soviet Union. That one I'm probably going to pick up in November, and then I'll have read all her books. Oh, I don't want to be done. Anyway, so those are all the books I'm in the middle of, which is, I said, I don't usually like to be in the middle of more than 2 things, but I had to pull out on the science fiction just for a couple days. And I don't know, I think going to the nonfiction history was a good move for me. So we'll see how it goes today. So sometime this week, if I finish those books, I want to pick up Bellman in Black by Diane Setterfield. Katie at Books and Things is doing a read along. I think it starts on Monday. So I don't know if I'm going to go find it's on her on the Goodreads. I will link her video down below. But I think there's a Goodreads group, and I think I'm on that. I don't know, I'm joined so many Goodreads groups that I forget about. But I think it's this week. So I don't know if I'm going to get to this on time with the rest of the group. I said I will try to read this next. So I might wait till I finish the Leviathan Wakes and Last Witnesses before I start this. I don't want to start another book unless my brain just goes, no, you have to read something else. So all I know about this is like it's a ghost story, something about a guy. I don't know if he something happens. I don't know if he almost dies and then he gets like a second chance or something. I don't actually quite know. I don't know anything about this. I only picked it up because Katie at Books and Things was doing a read along with this, and I read the 13th Tale when it came out, so I don't remember what year that was. And I have kind of vague memories, of it. I still remember reading it and thinking it was okay, but I did not love it. I think there was just something about it that put me off. So I never picked up anything else by her, even though I've always been, interested in picking up whenever this book when it came out. And I just never got around to it or found it used at the time when I was thinking about it. So anyway, so I'm going to give it a shot. Who knows? I might like it. I might not. Who knows? And then just as a kind of maybe, I was talking to my friends at my writers group, and I'm trying to get myself to get back into writing, and it's been a really hard struggle this last year and in the last couple of years, really. I used to be very, very prolific. I know it's hard to explain how you can go from writing so much and then I don't write very much at all anymore. So, and I have this story idea that I want to do for National Novel Writing Month in November, which I do every year. And the story that I picked last year is the one I want to revisit this year and restart. I just feel like I got off on the wrong foot and I want to redo it and change a lot of things about it. So I want to kind of get connected with my writing. So I did pick up this book, I think sometime last year, is I Should Be Writing, or maybe it was earlier this year, A Writer's Workshop by Mur Lafferty. And Mur Lafferty I've read like 6 weeks, that book. And I know she has a podcast, but I'm not big onto podcasts. So I have never heard her podcast. But this is a book kind of about getting into writing again and trying to tell you to move past your, thinking you're an imposter or not very good at it, and trying to work through and get better at writing, and also pick your project and stuff. So, my friends had another book about writing that I was looking at buying, and I forgot I had this one. So I thought, you know what? I've read a lot of writing books, books on writing, and I kind of got away from them because I was writing so much. I did not need any help that way. So, but right now, because I've struggled this year, I really have probably written the least amount in the last, probably 20 years. I don't know. It's just sad. This year has been horrible for writing. I just have not felt the urge to actually sit down and do it. And so I want to make some time for writing. So I might have myself like read a chapter here and there this week and do some exercises and just kind of take some time for my writing. And I'm going to try with this book. If this doesn't work, I'll try to get another one, or I'll try reading On Writing by Stephen King, or Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. Those are two of my go-to old favorites that I've had since the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't remember when Bird by Bird. I've had that a long time. I might have had that since college. I don't remember. But I'm going to try this one out since I bought it already and I just haven't used it. And I really feel like I need to work on my writing. I just feel I miss that love of writing, and I'm because I'm having such trouble with work and that I just feel like I need to have some outlets, and right now reading just isn't enough, and I want to add another hobby. And again, reading and writing have always been my hobbies, my primary ones, and I want to get back to the writing because I miss it. Anyway, so that is all the books that I want to talk about today. Another long video. I didn't mean to do that, but it was as I said, it was a hard week, and my cat is knocking things off my desk. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. And hey, what are you guys reading right now at work? Oh, we found paper. I have like, oh, anyway, so I gotta go. Anyway, so are you guys reading anything good? Anything that I have here that you think I should prioritize, that I need to read more? Hey, cat, come here, come here. Oh, I gotta go chase the cat. Sorry, let me end the video. Is there any books you think I should read sooner rather than later, or what I should focus on, or what are you reading? Anything good? Anything I should pick up? Okay, I gotta go. The cat is crunching on whatever he found on my desk. I don't know what it was. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.